All right, gamers, how's it going? So, a few things have happened since the last stream. I did do a little bit of off-camera tasks, just like busy work and stuff that, you know, is really not worth having on stream. For instance, we go downstairs, and by downstairs I mean the top level of my house because I'm on the top of the tower. You'll notice I have packed up all of my shit and I have migrated it from the top of the hill, which needed to happen very badly. I no longer really have to go up there except to access my farm, which at some point I do also want to move. You know, just for convenience sake, I've got a whole lot of space around the house that's not being utilized. But I think that's really about all I did off camera. I did finish some extra details on the house with the exceptions of this window, these two windows here. Ooh. I filled in the rest of this window here, and oh, I guess I didn't put the glass in here as well, but a lot of the extra andesite details that I had forgotten to add when I first built the house are now on. So the house, with the exception of the windows here, is completely complete, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. Now that being said, I have a few things that I want to do today. It's 5 things, but, you know, they kind of lead into one another. I have 2 overworld tasks, and then I have 3 nether tasks. One of them I'm not excited to do. Okay. So, first of all, I want to find a warped forest. It has been entirely too long since we've been to the nether, and finding a warped forest, I think, is the next logical step as far as getting to the end goes. Just because, you know, the amount of endermen that spawn there is upped versus everywhere else in the entire world. So I would like to get at least like maybe 15 ender pearls if possible. We need to find a warped forest to make that happen clearly. I'd also like to find nether wart. And, you know, clearly I don't think that the fortress we previously found is going to contain it. I mean, I pretty thoroughly searched that when I was there, and it's back in the Crimson Forest, and I really don't want to go there again. There's just so much danger there. It's kind of not worth my time, especially because I have to go find a warped forest anyway. I might run into one on my way. And then, well, actually, so yeah, locate warped forest and ender pearls are kind of the same thing. So I had that classified as 2 different tasks, but I really should have just had those be the same one. The 2 little overworld ones that I want to do are not hard. It's nothing complicated. First of all, after the last stream with the cave spiders, I realized how critical it is in hardcore for me to have a bucket of milk on me. For those of you who do not know, a bucket of milk will actually clear all effects from a player who actively has, like, poison. And we got all the way down to half a heart in the last stream, which is by far the lowest it's been health-wise since the very beginning of this series. And I'm not willing to risk that due to a fucking game effect. I'm not about to do that. And the last thing, I did make some of the materials for this already, but I was talking about how the farm is now self-sufficient enough up on the top of the hill where I don't really need the resulting seeds that come from it. And so this chest here is like my working chest, like what I'm actually, the item that I'm intending on working on. So I'm going to make a quick little machine. It takes no time to make, and I've almost got everything I need for it already. It is an auto-composter. And its purpose is really just going to be so that, where am I going with this? Its purpose is really just going to be so that I can make bone meal from seeds automatically, so I don't just have to spam click a composter. Actually, speaking of composter, I don't have one of those. So I need to get I think I'm gonna use 6 stone brick fences, and I have 1. So I need to go get 5 more pieces of regular stone, which shouldn't be all that difficult. I also cleared out this tunnel. It's a lot easier to navigate now, and I'm gonna really integrate this into the base later on. Like, the trading hall might end up going in here. I'm not 100% sure on that because it feels kind of lazy, and I feel like it could make something cool. But again, I think the priority for this first half of this series should be getting the dragon. So say I want to do like cool builds post dragon, maybe I could make like a cooler trading hall later on and move them in there. It wouldn't be fun to move them, but I think I should save the rest of like the cool builds I could potentially have planned for like a second season almost, because this took entirely too much time. And, you know, the longer I spend on this world, the more resources I'm just going to have to build structures later on. Because I do think that there's 2 large structures that I would like to build much later in the series. One of those would be the trading hall I'm talking about clearly. And the other one would be I think a barn to keep my animals. I have a really nice barn design that I made a few worlds ago at this point. And it works really well with a whole bunch of different color schemes. Like, I'll take them into creative sometimes, and I'll, like, after I've got a world that's already had one, I'll export it and see how other wood types would look on it using, like, world edit. And I might go with a mangrove kind of red barn. It used to be made out of oak, but I haven't actually built that variant of it in survival yet. So I think that would be kind of cool to build at some point later down the line. That wouldn't be coming until way, way, way later though. So just an idea that we can keep in mind for now. Okay, what happened to my stone cutter? Because after I cleaned up, I don't really know what I did to that. It's still up here? Okay, there it is. Yeah, the house is all cleaned up now. Everything's where it should be. I want to put 2 more brewing stands here eventually, just so I can brew like a whole bunch of stuff at once. And there will be additional decorations that I kind of add to the inside, but this is pretty close to what the exact final product of the house is going to look like. The hopper. Okay, I think I'm going to make it like this, where this goes in the ground. I've made both, but I would have to make this 1 block taller, and I don't really feel like doing that right now, where like the chest is above ground, but this works equally as well. So now I can put my composter down, I can put my other hopper down, and I don't actually need this chest on top, but just so I can put like mass quantities of items instead of only like 5 slots worth, I like to put just a whole single chest on top and just a little cover for it. So there we go. That is the auto-composter. Very simple little build. And I'll just kind of harvest some of the wheat real quick so you can see how it works. I'm going to replant all of these. Clearly, I have more than enough seeds than what I just harvested. I'll never end up using these, so I just pop them in the chest. It starts loading up the composter, and once it fills up all the way, it pulls the dirt. Or not the dirt, the bone meal out and outputs it to this chest. It's a nice little convenient machine that I just like to have around. Likely, this is going to take us a lot farther away than I want it to. You know, I think I went probably 2,000 blocks away in the Nether to go find the fortress I found originally. And I already went multiple other directions before that. So I'm going to have to start going farther away. So let's see. Wood. I do need to bring some wood. I'm going to bring these logs. The valuables chest. That's everything we've got so far. And yeah, there's our Eye of Ender. I'm going to leave the Ender Pearl here. I'm going to sleep, go to the Nether. We're going to locate a warped forest as soon as possible. Kill some Endermen. Ideally, we'll come across a Nether fortress on our way there, because we don't actually need to be in that Nether fortress all that long. We just quite literally need to go and grab Nether wart if we can find it. I'm gonna be pissed if we find another fortress and there's no Nether wart like the last one. Like, that will actually make me beyond angry. I actually do utilize potions quite a bit. I didn't up until like maybe maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. I hosted a quite public server. It actually had I think our maximum people in our Discord at one point was like 210 people. It was actually for a university. And I got challenged to a fight in a building called the Trolliseum, which was a coliseum in the shape of Trollface. But they did it that way so you could see it from the web map that we had. One of the funniest builds I've ever seen to date. But I got challenged to a duel, and bro had no idea what was coming. Like, I over-prepared. I think we gave each other like a week. I was shocked when I found out he didn't bring potions, and I obliterated this kid. It was the single best PvP moment I think I've ever had. Never again do I think I'll ever be as powerful as I was on that server. And it wasn't even because I was the admin. I actually de-opt myself on purpose so I wouldn't be tempted to like cheat and stuff just because I was the admin. Shit. This is just a giant lava lake, and it feels like I'm probably... Does he have an enchanted sword? He does. It feels like I'm probably not gonna see anything until I cross this lava lake. I really wanted to avoid doing that today, but looks like that's gonna be the case. Hopefully this doesn't fall underneath me when I place a block on it. Okay, good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go this direction, which is north. I went north a little... Oh, see, that's what I was worried about. I knew that might happen. I did go north a little bit in a previous stream, but then it kind of turned into this way, which is west. So I think if I just keep going north for a while, I'll find an area that I haven't seen before. I'm gonna bridge up here even though I don't like it. Press so hard on the shift key when it comes to situations like this. Like, oh my god. In the void in the end specifically, I hold that thing like a crazy person. So much so to the point where I'm like not convinced I'm holding it anymore. Like, it's terrifying. You know, it's the one death that you can't come back from if you don't have an electron, pretty much. Another lake. I can't even see anything that far out. I'm gonna actually turn my render distance up. See if I can get a quick lay of the land. Anything? No? Go down or up? Or straight across? I don't have enough blocks, really, to be safe about the fact that there's ghasts. I don't like it. I hate it. I hate it so much, but we're gonna do it. Oh, I'm already holding the shift key like crazy. It's gonna take one ghast, and that's gonna be it. I hear a ghast scream, I'm running back. Like... It's almost concerning that I'm not hearing any, and it's too quiet. I feel like they are on lava lakes. Is that a hoglin on the bridge? Are you kidding me? I forgot that mobs can start spawning. Okay. You need to stay away. Oh my god, dude. I think I'm just gonna mine this crimson wood for resources, because I can turn that into a whole bunch of blocks real quickly. And I actually don't think it burns, because it's a nether wood. I mean, at the very beginning of this series, when I first made the portal, I was really hoping we were gonna get lucky and we would run into both a warped forest and a nether fortress quickly, and that just didn't happen. I've had a lot of luck recently on my other worlds previously in the last several years where I haven't had to travel very far in the nether in order to find what we need. And one of the cool things that me and my friends have been doing to keep ourselves interested in a Minecraft world, we do it one every like 6 months roughly. Sometimes we'll do like an alternate play style. So one of our favorites that we've been doing is we've got like a group of like 8 people, and we do a 40 by 40 world border that grows in stages. So the first stage that it grows to is it grows from 40 by 40 to 1,000 by 1,000, and that happens over the course of a month. And it's interesting because a lot of people who are like try-hard players, they stay in like iron armor and stuff for a lot longer, and everybody is a lot more balanced, and nobody's like racing to get the egg as soon as possible or anything, which is like, I don't know, the first time we did it, it was a lot of fun, and kind of brought some interest back to our server that we play on. Just, you know, that's something that a lot of people should do, is try alternate play styles in order to keep their community interested. I need to put some guardrails on this as soon as possible. Actually, you know what? We are this close to the ceiling here. I'm gonna go up into it just because I can't stand bridging. It is too nerve-wracking. It's awful. Somehow there wasn't another fortress in all that, which makes me exceptionally mad, but I would like to get back onto actual Netherland because of just how truly miserable the experience of bridging is here. Okay. Out of deep slate. So I'm gonna have to mark the rest of my path with torches from here. There's another gas. It is the next day. I kind of just didn't feel like continuing. That is why I'm in a change of clothes. So I have to kind of remember where I was. I think I was looking for a warped forest. I think I came from that way, so I should go pretty much anywhere else. I think oh, yeah. I want to get down there, but I'm kind of getting sick of having to bridge everywhere. And I don't have very many blocks. I really should just go back and grab more cobblestone, but I'm already like a few thousand blocks out, and it just feels like a waste of time for me to go do that. This is such a hard to navigate nether. Like, oh my god. Like, it can't just be easy. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna remember the way back with how just screwed up this nether is. Also now out of torches. Oh my god, there's more crimson, but there's not any. There's not a single warped forest, man. I don't know. Is it worth going this way? Because I have to cross another lava lake to make that happen. Well, this direction seems like it's going to be a dud, so I think I'm going to go back and see if I can try and go like another direction I haven't been. That statement is only so, I don't know, well structured, because I've really been a lot of the places, or a lot of the like primary directions I could go so far. Okay. Stay away. Step off. Oh! Oh, crap. Oh, no. Oh, fuck. I should have just stayed in the hole. Oh, my God. Am I almost out of food, too? Okay, I've got 18 bread, but actually, that's not a whole lot more food. I thought I was going to see something earlier. Okay. I guess I gave it enough time for the hoglins to despawn, but clearly torches do not stop them from spawning on a bridge. I think that has to be completely spawn-proofed. So I might have to, like, put, like, buttons on it or something. I'm not intending on coming back to this area, though, because holy shit, has this been miserable. I would still like to find a warped forest, but if I'm gonna find this many Endermen, then I might not need to. I'd like to find another Nether fortress still for Nether wart, but I don't know. I really don't need potions to do the dragon. It would just be nice to have them. Okay, just run in circles around the box, I guess. Oh, okay. I don't even think he teleported. I think I would have heard that. Yeah, I think this is the basalt delta that we spawned like right next to. Yeah, okay, so there's the portal. I'm gonna go back through, grab some cobblestone and some extra food, and then I know that way for sure there is a Nether fortress, because that's where we found it the first time. When I go back to my house, I'm gonna check and see just how many ender pearls I actually got, because I'd like to get, like, a minimum of, like, 15, because, you know, when you throw them, sometimes they break, and I just want to make sure that I have enough to actually get me to where I need to go. Like, I'd like to find the stronghold soon here, even if I don't end up going in there. Like, I don't want to go to the end necessarily right now. I just want to, at least find the stronghold so I don't have to worry about that again. Okay. I need to go anywhere but Crimson, but thing is, this entire place is mostly surrounded by Crimson on almost all sides. And I know that if I go through here, eventually I get to a Nether fortress that I actually know where it is, but it's in a Crimson forest, because of course it is. I feel like I should just go to that point, because that was the farthest direction I had gone previously, and I feel like I should just go over there and continue my path straight forward, because I'm just not getting any luck with any of the other directions. This is the only way I went that has been able to offer me, like, anything close to what I've needed. So maybe I should just go through here, see what I can find. Okay, something new and different. Soul Sand Valley. I think I'm fine taking this path for now. Ow. There's another fortress. Okay, cool. That's half of what I need. I only need to be in there to grab Nether wart. And actually, so, cool thing about the Soul Sand Valley that might... Okay, shit. That might be kind of helpful here is, you know, it prevents certain mobs from spawning. And there's a higher chance that when there's a Nether fortress inside of a Soul Sand Valley, that wither skeletons will spawn. So I could get skulls that way. Oh my god, really? He's too high up. There's a second one. Okay. I don't have any arrows. And I have to deal with this. Oh, crap. Okay. I can't move. Oh, shit. Come on. Oh, shit. Oh my god, are there 3? Come on. Holy fuck. I might need to bury myself. Oh my god. That is the most difficult gas fight I've ever had. I don't have any arrows. I need to, when I go back, I need to work on a bow. Because I've never had this much of an issue with gas in the Nether before. There's gonna be something up here immediately looking to just eviscerate me. It's gonna be great. Oh. I was right. There's 3 wither skeletons, because of course there is. It is making it so hard on me. I need to pull out my shield. Of course there's another ghast. Oh my god, dude. It's kind of a weird nether fortress. It's really just like on the surface here. It's kind of basic too. Unless this is like more than one nether fortress kind of like combined together almost. This kind of outer wall is kind of interesting. Yeah, where's all the structure to this? It's just like out here. I need to find a staircase bit, but okay. The longer I'm here, the more wither skeletons are gonna spawn too because of where this is. I swear to God, if this is another dud fortress, I'm gonna lose my shit. It looks like it might be. Ugh. Of course I was gonna find a second nether fortress that was gonna be a dud. This is truly the worst nether I've ever had on any survival world. And I'm playing hardcore, which is not helping me in the slightest. The fact I haven't seen a single warped forest with how much... I think I've explored more nether than I have overworld on this save. This is actually insanity, and I'm getting sick of it. I'm gonna... Wait! There's a warped forest. Okay. It sucked to get to, but there is a warped forest. I see the blue grass. Finally, man. We're definitely gonna get the, there's an achievement for going to all the biomes. Yeah! That was rough. But I'm so glad we're finally here, because the only thing that really spawns here is Enderman. It's pretty passive other than that, which is great. Okay. There's plenty of Endermen. Okay, so I do think that this is going to pay off. The one kind of problem about this is that we are very close to this crimson biome, which means that hoglins still have the chance to spawn here and fuck ups, make this a little bit more difficult if they just walk over here. There's actually a ton of them over here. This might be like the only spawnable space for Endermen right here. I really don't want to do this while there's piglins around, but I don't have much of a choice. They're only over here because of the crimson. I don't even think that they really spawn in the warped forest as much. Yeah, I hear so many of them. That's actually, this is perfect. Because there's not many spawnable spaces, they're all spawning right here. This is... okay, I mean, it was... I guess my suffering was worth it, because here we are. Okay. Definitely saw one more up there, and I think I hear one to my side. Yeah. Got 6. I might as well just kill as many as I can hear for now. But they're probably just going to keep spawning. Okay. I actually don't hear anymore, but that gave us 7. So 7 plus 7 is 14. I'd say I'd be comfortable leaving with that amount.